All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. I hope everybody has had an amazing week, considering this weekend is not going to be great for several hundred millions of people. We are currently watching Winter Storm Xylia batter the western coast. We are talking about several feet of snow and a very long duration of time of very heavy thunderstorms working their way into places like Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, and then getting into places like Arkansas and also Tennessee, all right? So this is the jet stream pattern going into this weekend. A lot of warm and humid air fueling the system from the Gulf of Mexico. A big dip in the jet stream pattern because of the area of low pressure over here. So you all can just see how big of a dip this jet stream really is. So this is gonna be our system right over there. A lot of cold air coming down from Canada. So you all know that when you mix a lot of a lot of warm and humid air with a lot of cold air, you have a major winter storm. Also considering how strong our area of low pressure is by the time we get into this weekend. All right. So this is gonna be the setup as I just said into this weekend. So a lot of cold air coming down. There's that upper level low forming. So a lot of moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, fueling a very strong severe threat at places like northern Texas, southern Oklahoma, Nebraska, and then as you get into Arkansas and even into Missouri. All right. So this is the forecast as of 9:15 a.m. Mountain Time this morning. We're already starting to see a lot of snow showers work their way into places like southern Utah, southern Nevada, northern New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, getting into that now, Las Vegas, not into Colorado yet, and Wyoming, but we will definitely be watching this system work their way into places like Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Denver, Colorado, especially as you get into the early morning hours of tomorrow, and then eventually into the afternoon hours of tomorrow also. So here are the current alerts that are out. Winter storm warnings have already been issued for places like Cheyenne, Wyoming, Denver, Colorado, Grand Junction, Colorado too. And then as you go into the winter storm warnings, we have places like Rapid City, South Dakota, Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and then as you get into places just to the east of a place like Pueblo, Colorado, also winter weather advisories there for you too. So let's time this out for you. Starting out this afternoon, we're going to start to see the temperatures really died down in Cheyenne at 31 degrees with the winds out of the south at about 19 miles an hour. We're going to start to see that snow as you get into the later parts of this afternoon, and then tomorrow morning will be the best shot for you to get some snow. Temperatures very, very chilly, topping out at 16 degrees, so a very long period of snow, all right? Fort Collins, I'm not exactly sure where you are, but we'll start off rain as you go into tonight, then we'll trans over to snow as you get into the later parts of tonight, as soon as those temperatures can go down just around 32 degrees, all right? Denver, Colorado, a big city that is going to be impacted by this system. We'll be topping out in the high 30s this afternoon, and then gradually working their way into the low 30s and getting into some of that snow as you get into the early parts of tomorrow morning, all right? Colorado Springs will be starting off in the high 30s tonight, gradually working your way into the low 30s and getting into more of that snow as you get into the early parts of tomorrow. And then Rapid City for you, topping out at 45 tonight, gradually working your way down into the high 20s, but mostly clear skies. But we will start to get into that snow as you get into the later parts of tomorrow, and then eventually into the early parts of Sunday morning. All right. So now let's talk about the severe threat going into tonight. A very good chance of seeing severe storms in places like northern Texas, western Oklahoma. So Amarillo, Lubbock, Wichita Falls, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Wichita, all cities that are going to be in the severe weather forecast as you go into tonight, all right? Now let's fast forward to tomorrow. This system really starts to pick up as you get into tomorrow, right? Cheyenne, Wyoming, Denver, Colorado, Durango, Colorado, all areas that will be in very heavy snow as you get into tomorrow. And then once again, that severe threat continues for Amarillo, Texas, Oklahoma City, Kansas City, everywhere basically in central Kansas, southern Nebraska, and then as you get into the northern parts of Oklahoma, that's where our big threat is going to be for tomorrow for severe weather, all right? So now let's go into tomorrow night. There's that severe weather threat again. So a very long period of time of very strong thunderstorms, all right? So Lubbock, you are now out of this. San Angelo, Abilene, Oklahoma City, Wichita, Amarillo, all cities that were in this and are still in this. So once again, a very long period of time of very heavy thunderstorms, all right? Now let's go into Sunday. You can see this big area of low pressure right here, cold front extending all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. So Kansas City, Dallas, Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas, all places that will be in that rain. And then as you go back out towards the west, places like Rapid City, South Dakota, Cheyenne, Wyoming, Denver, Colorado, all places that will be seeing that snow. While here on the eastern coast of the U.S. will be very, very nice. So another very nice weekend for the eastern coast. All right. So now let's talk about the forecast for severe weather going now into Sunday. Still seeing that severe weather a little bit more now to the east. So places that were in Oklahoma and Texas are now out of this. Now we're pushing a little bit more to the east now. So places basically right along the border of the Mississippi River, Little Rock, Arkansas, Greenville, Mississippi, Tupelo, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, Monroe, Louisiana. So once again, a big area of seeing that severe threat. A little bit more to the east now, but still a lot of areas that are still seeing that severe weather. And then as you go into Monday, we're still dealing with the system. This system is not going to be a fast mover at all, right? So now we're talking about Rapid City and once again Minneapolis. Now we're into this Denver, Colorado, and Cheyenne, Wyoming. Now we're finally having a break, but that break won't last long. But you all can see a brand new system working their way. So system after system after system once again, all right? So now we're getting to places like Nashville, Tennessee, New Orleans, Louisiana, Atlanta, Georgia. Now we're getting into some of that rain, while still right along here on the intermediate eastern coast, we're dealing with very, very nice weather, all right? So how much snow are we talking through Monday? A very heavy snow amount, places just to the north of Denver, right along the Wyoming and Colorado border. So Cheyenne, Wyoming, probably over 2 feet of snow, all right? Look at this whole area that's going to be seeing at least 18 inches of snow, right? 12 inches of snow is 1 feet, okay? So we're talking about probably 1.5 feet or maybe even greater than 2 feet, all right? Absolutely incredible, all right? So now let's talk about the impacts that we're going to be seeing with the system, all right? So we're mostly going to be seeing the impacts going from all the way to tonight, going all the way throughout Sunday morning, and then possibly even eventually to Monday, all right? So extremely, very heavy snowfall. The cities that are going to be included in this is southeastern Wyoming and also the Nebraska Panhandle. The impacts will be a lot of power outages expected and extremely hazardous road conditions possible. Widespread areas of very heavy rain and blowing snow, possibly whiteout conditions, maybe blizzard conditions, and very low visibility, all right? So now let's talk about the 10-day forecast for our area. A very nice weekend. We are turning the clocks forward this weekend. Times, I think it is, I forget what it is, but Thursday will be our rainy day. There's St. Patrick's Day. So once again, a great week. About a 20 to 30% chance of rain throughout Monday and Tuesday, and then getting maybe into those higher rain amounts as you get into later parts of this week. But still very nice temperatures, starting out in the low 60s for next week, warming up into the high 60s, and possibly even topping out at 70 on Thursday. All right. Now let's talk about the inland. Once again, there's that time change this weekend. Gorgeous weather, plenty of sunshine out there. Temperatures on Saturday topping out in the low 70s. Temperatures on Sunday topping out in the high 60s. There's that 20% chance of rain on Tuesday. A little bit of a better chance of rain on Tuesday because of that warm front topping out at 73. Watch out for those leprechauns on Wednesday. And then there's our next chance of rain with that next system topping out at 74. So that is all I have for you all today. Thank you all so much for watching and trusting me to bring you all up to date on the latest information possible on this system. As you can guess, I will be doing 7 more broadcasts on this system, possibly another one this afternoon. I'm not sure if I will do it yet, but I will post all the announcements on my website. So just be sure you're staying tuned to that website for all the information. I do have to work tomorrow, so I probably will not be doing a broadcast, but I will definitely be doing a broadcast this Sunday, bringing you all up to date on the latest information. But just once again, just to make sure that you're not missing out on any information, just be sure that you're staying tuned to that website for all the information. All right. So once again, that is all I have for you all today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you'll have a great weekend.